One moment. Is this actually working? I'll quickly reload here. Oh, it does appear to be working. Hello. Hello, Kangafunga. Hey, Marky. Hello. Hi, MVR. Stream title, MVR. Should I? Yes. Good. Good. So, as you have said so kindly, yes, that's what we're working on. So, let's get started. Well, no, let's continue, because if we start all over again, I doubt anybody would want to watch it, considering we've been going for a long time. And we've built a lot, and if we start all over again on the same map, then, well, I guess it would be too frustrating for everybody involved. So, let's not start from the beginning. True, agreed, yes. Hello, Willis1961. Official change from yellow to red's top signs was 1954, but yellow ones could be found into the 60s in rural areas and on less traveled back roads. Oh, and there are KUIDs. Thank you very much. I'll see if I have them installed. If I don't, I'll try and get them from the DLS. Interesting fact, did not know that. Welcome in. Should probably finish loading sometime this decade. There we are. Now let's have a look. Need... Where is it? Asset KUID. Let's see. Do I have anything? Oh, okay. Hello, Chris. E. Yes, hello. Oh, right, I can't put in a colon here because, of course, that wouldn't work. On the Mac version, I can't type in a colon in the thing. I can paste it in, but I can't type it in. Let's just have a look in the DLS. Here it works, but in Trainz it doesn't. Okay, this one, interesting. And that is a different number, yes. And that was a KUID 2. Let's grab that one as well. Interesting fact, I did not know that. Welcome in. Hey Chris, hi. One is wooden post and the other is metal post. Yes, I've seen. What a lovely blue. Well, for me, Chris is a very nice pink. Alright, why am I still orange? Shrugs. Not sure. Remember the Sonosaurus event I told you about? Yes, I do remember. In Jurassic World, the game? Yes. I won it along with 99 other people. Okay. And what does that get you? I'm assuming the Sonosaurus. Sonosaurus, sorry. 7 people watching? Oh, well, hello then. It's nice to see you all here. Well, I don't actually see you all. Well, except for you. No, not you. The other, yes, you. I do see you. But the others I don't. Yeah. Oh, congrats. Yes. And is there anything special about that dinosaur other than, of course, the model and texture, and the fact that it is exclusive? Like, is there any mechanical benefit to it? Oh, Albast, true. Are you here as well? If you are, then hello. You unlock it every time there is an event. You can unlock the dinosaur by completing the event. Okay. Today, actually, that's what I need. Let's go in here. Let's have a look at what these look like once they've actually loaded in. Which may take a moment. I don't know, to be honest. It's a legendary dino from what I know. Ah, what are the legends? I know that it's not. There are probably not actual legends surrounding it, but yeah, I just want to ask because it sounds like the sort of thing that a legendary thing should have. You could make up your own legend if you wanted to. As far as I know, the R was rolled with Albastru. 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 A-F-A-I-R. Okay, there we go. Interesting. Okay, so let's actually switch a couple of these out then. Actually, I want to switch this one out. Because, actually, do I? Because would you see the yellow one there? If you're over here, well, actually, it does show up quite nicely against the dark. As far as I know, or as far as I recall, maybe. I'm right. As far as I'm right. I don't know. The gas station entrance has to change. Yeah, I thought you might say that. I'm dumb. Well, as far as I recall. Nonsense, it's fine. Okay, let's see. There is a thing called corner clearance in road building regulations. Road building regulations. So I'll probably just make this, I'll probably just end the road there. I'm not sure if there's any better. And then have this here. Entrance cannot be within certain distance of intersection. Well, that's an interesting thing. Ah, but what if it is the same intersection? What if this little bit counts as a tiny road? Ah, what then? So if it doesn't count as the actual, so if legally this is a tiny little road, then it technically would be part of the same intersection. If it has all the road markings and everything for it as well. What then? So like that. Then it's like, oh no, officer, no, this is not the entrance, this is a road. This is the entrance. I know it's technically still quite close, but Shredders, can y'all take a look at Intramisk? I can't at the moment, but I'll have a look after the stream, unless there's something really important. It is based upon how much traffic the road and speed limit. How much traffic the road is on. Alright. No. I have... Alright, nice. What is it? Is it important enough so that I should restart Trainz for it? It's a picture of the Sonorosaurus. Ah, I see. May I post that picture you've posted here? Oh, well then I can have a look at it much simpler, a much easier way. There we go. Oh yeah, I see. Do they always have the Universal and Jurassic World trademark images, watermark images in that game? Yes. Ah, well that's nice of them. Anyway, I know it may not be that realistic, and I could close this up and just have a little turnaround or something so that this is the only entrance or exit. However, I like the wonkiness of it. And you won't normally see it that much. If you're over here, you won't see that much, but if you go over, then it's just a little bit of a strange thing there, even if it's not that realistic. For Trainz purposes, you could approximate it by using the width of the road as the distance from the corner. That really looks bad. I would put one entrance on each road. Really? So you mean one down and one over to the side? Is that what you mean? I mean, I guess I could... I'll save it. Yes. So then, having this continue up to there. Hold on, I'll delete the bits later. So having that continue up to there, and then having one exit there. And then you mean another exit over here, maybe? Is that what you mean? Yeah, but now it looks normal. Hello, V'ger. Hello. Also, this bit needs to be somewhere else. Hold on. Here's a good mod for Shard Ice in FNF. Hahaha. Is it another one of those really difficult ones where you have to practice it 5,000 times to be able to get 2% into it? It probably is. Yeah, I can see. Yep, I mean, I see why you chose it. FNF, Friday Night Funking. Not FNAF. We're back, going crazy trying to find a good 1000mm gauge diesel engine. I think there are some French ones, if I recall correctly. Could be mistaken. You may... Everything I find is either electric or steam. Oh. Hold on. I think there might be one on Slovak Eagle's Eagleville map. I'll quickly have a look if there is one of those on there. So this is a map that Slovak Eagle made. It's on the DLS. You can have a look if you want. Yes, I have those, but there is nothing else that diesel and European. Well, I'll have a look anyway, because maybe there is one that was missed. It'll only be a moment. Where is it? Not that way. The other way. It was better when the menus were... hold on, where is it? I must have gone past it again. Oh, there it is. Yes, I did go past it. I'll load the multiplayer session in the editor. This is a huge map, by the way. It might take upwards of an hour to load. For those of you who know this map. I'd also like to know the name of the electric one in the thumb too. Okay, well, we can look them up. We can look them up. Huge map. Haha, XD. He knows what's up. Oh, what's down? Either one's fine. It seems huge though. The sun is getting quite low out there. Not that I can see it, it's more behind me, but I can see the light on the buildings. I have Euromodeler's 1000mm gauge stuff, but he forgot to make any easels. Okay, so I think this is 1000mm. Do you have this one? Is this 1000mm? Hold on, I'll quickly get the track. The track is, yeah, metric, so yes, I think it is. So this one's called SGLM Trainz. So have you already got this one? Have you got it? No. I mean, are you writing it down or downloading it at the moment so I can show you the other ones? What the heck is that? Hello, Mr. Snipes. I'm just looking up some locomotive. This is Slovak Eagle's map. He wanted to see... Nah, I can't right now. Okay, well then... well, if you need to know later on, I'll put it in chat. This one is another electric one. This is the SGLM Secheron. I don't know how to pronounce that. But this one anyway. Fire truck locomotive? Maybe. I don't know, to be honest. There is also this little diesel one there, which is another SGLM locomotive. So I would just suggest you look up SGLM and then look at what sort of stuff you can find there. That's my suggestion. And by the way, this map, this is it. It's one baseboard, but it's got so much detail in it that it's laggy for me. But yeah, there are so many little scenes and Easter eggs and stuff in here. Anyway. Well, it's a good one. Nah, I can't know. Hey, Snipes, it be a Trainz. I'm not running Trainz 19. I do not have space for it. Oh, well, some of these locos may have versions for Tane. I don't know. Looks like it. I think Trainz are used for track inspections. Searching for SGLM. Looked like it had ladders on the side. Yeah. Oh, a crane. I want to see that too. Oh, I'll go back in. It'll only take a moment. Quality map. A baseboard of computer terror. True. Well, you already got out of it. Actually, no worries. I'm running Trainz 12 patched. Oh, Trainz 12. The crane. Let's have a look. It's not an object. No, it's a thing. This is SGLM Crane GR2. So there we go. Oops, up there. You can just see it at the top. I skipped Tane entirely due to the many bugs. Yeah, there were lots and lots of bugs when it first came out. For example, I couldn't type in any text into any text field, meaning I couldn't type in numbers, such as to set the terrain height. However, they fixed them. Most of them anyway. Right, okay, got it. Good. That looks like the kind of crane you see in one of those sunken ship exploration videos. Ah, true. Also, you're my color for me. Oh, Mr. Snipes for me is pink. the same that Chris was. And your Willis is green on stream. Let me just download some 1000mm track. I would suggest you search for metric. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. No payware. And blue for me. So, how have you been, Mr. Snipes? Haven't seen you in a while. Okay. Like that, maybe. I will. Nice. I've been busy. The good kind of busy, like where you feel really satisfied afterwards, or the bad kind of busy, where you don't feel like you've got enough time and everything's just so urgent that you have to do it right away. Not online, much past a little bit. Not online much. The past little bit, yeah. Might also be on a meter gauge. That's a good suggestion. I cannot run Trainz 19. I don't have enough space left before I hit red zone for my 512GB SSD. I see. I have a friend visiting from the city. Kind of busy. Well, that's nice then. That's nice. Good kind of busy. That is good. As you might imagine. Okay. Right. Not that. I meant to get the thing. No, I meant to get it. I didn't switch to the get tool, unfortunately. There we are. That's good then. Yes, I agree. Although, actually, no, that should be a bit a bit closer, yes. Right. Currently 203GB free of 475. Well, then it's time to either expand or to delete stuff, I would say. Or to just kind of perilously hover there for a while. That sometimes also works. Don't forget the crosswalk. No, I haven't. I've put it on here. I've just not put it on here yet. On this one. You've got more than me then. If I get to install a bunch of assets, the 60 was it? That goes up. I don't know how much. I have a separate SSD just for Trainz. Stop sign should be next to the stop line on road. Yes, you're right. This is still from before. I've not moved it yet because I moved the intersection. Okay. This needs to be a little bit closer. There we are. I don't think I need a crossing here because it's just a small entry thing. Okay. Right. So let's get these ones out. And let's just put these ones in first, like that. There would not be one there. What do you mean, crossing? There wouldn't be a crossing here, you mean? The stop line. Oh, so it would just be open? Oh, I don't know where that other one went. Interesting. But would the broken stripe stop? Or would the broken stripe also be continuous? I'm converting my unnamed narrow gauge edition map from 760mm to 1000mm. Ah, nice. Any particular reason why? Probably rolling stock. Yes, so I can use RHB electric post and splines. Ah, and track. I see. Good luck. Should give it a more modern look. Stop line only if there is a stop sign, yield sign, or traffic line. Light. Traffic light. Ah, I see. That makes sense. Okay. Center line would go past driveway. Driveway doesn't count as road. Oh, right. What about here? If you're coming from this way, would you have permission to go over the double yellow line to turn in here? Or would you not have permission? You would have to go all the way around here and then turn in here. Yes. Oh, so you can. Ah, that's interesting. It doesn't look right to me, but then again, I'm not from the US, so my only real knowledge of how US roads are supposed to look is mostly from films that are set in the US, where it's like a backdrop, you see cars driving along, and I don't really pay very much attention to how the road laws that they're operating under and like what they're doing. So actually no, like that. Yes, there we are. The railway company that operates it is called Reinhard Grauhabenbahn. Interesting. RGB in short. On your 4-lane road, there should not be stop lines if there are not stop signs, stop lights at intersections. Yep, there will be. Good name and a catchy abbreviation. Okay, so let's move this one. There we are. If I now look for traffic lights, I could hook them up with the ATLS system. However, that would be a lot of additional work, and this is only being developed on stream, so I don't think I would have that much extra time. So I think I'm just going to put traffic lights on and have the traffic drive around as they please. And actually, yeah, I should probably have another one here. And then move this top, well, remove this stop sign probably. Actually, are they on this side in the US or are they on the opposite side? Hold on. Because I know that in a lot of, like, are they on the opposite side or are they on this side of the road? So would this one be over the road here or would it be back there? Like the Festiniog Railway in Wales. Oh, before that. All right. with the slate mines, well, quarries, not mines, but mines. I have been on that. Yes, I know you've shared very nice photos of that as well. Over the time, the mines started to close down, but the R Railroad was so scenic, it's entered UNESCO World Heritage. Ah, interesting. There are the Shea lines, I forget what they're called, in, I think, Virginia or West Virginia. What are they called? The old logging lines. Hold on. Cass Scenic Railroad, of course, that have these ones on it. The Shays and Climaxes. Yeah, that was an old logging line, and when that closed down, well, it was reopened as a scenic railroad. It can be either way. Oh, regarding the lights, okay. It still serves as a mining railroad, serving the only remaining silver mine in the area. Oh, that's nice, Marky. I've been wanting to go on it ever since I first learned about it, but I have yet to go anywhere north of Bristol, or London, I guess. Depends on where it gives best visibility. With the Shays on them, yeah. Yosemite Valley Sugar Pine Railroad too, I think. Maybe. Name might be wrong. Shays, Climaxes, and Heislers. Yes. Heislers? One sec. Quickly looking it up. Okay, so the RGB receives European funds to keep its rolling stock and going, and the line maintained. Well, good for them. Okay. Right. So I guess I'd want some traffic lights on this bit as well. Let's have a look. Yes, are those? These are nice. They also are running local passenger trains alongside tourist trains pulled by steam locos. Never saw one IRL in mind, but still. Well, nice then. I'm kind of sleepy. The window is open, it's just really warm in here as well. The RGB is run by A's mother's side uncle named Lucian. Ah, so it's part of that story. Those are the 3 major types of geared locomotives in the US. True. What about those, those Shays that were made after the patent ran out, that were modified very, very slightly only? What are those actually called? Okay. Right. I want taller buildings back here. Would that Heisler class as an 0440? Maybe. Probably. Willis, have you heard of these as well? Oh, what's that? Ah, those ones. Well, I did tell you that during the summer break, A and Amelia, when it was Aim's turn to stay with A, travel to the railroad since they have nothing to do in Romania. Yes, I do remember you've told me about it. I didn't recall that that was the name of the railroad and that it was narrow gauge and stuff. Lombard log hauler. They didn't classify geared locos the same way. They were usually referred to as either 2-truck or 3-truck. What do you mean? Do you mean the things that Kango posted? Alright, I never knew that. I mean, I think that was what he was referencing. I am really glad that I'm making this map completely on stream. However, I don't think I'll do it again anytime soon. After this map finishes, the next map I'll make, I will probably continue working off it offline, and then we'll just jump in wherever I am in the development process when the stream day rolls around, because otherwise it would just take way too long. Plus I might, what I might do is, I don't know if this is feasible, but if I can record at a low frame rate, then I might just record my working on it off stream and make little time lapses as well that I can put up on YouTube, and then we'll have the streams intermittent. That might be nice, if it's not too nauseating to watch from the camera's point of view, like the movements. I was referring to the the thing. Yeah, yes, yeah, because those are generally cardan drive shaft that goes from the pistons on the side of the wheels via bevel helical gears. I have no idea. Stream highlights. I mean, if this is finished, this series, then it would be nice to have stream highlights from the Milton Valley Railroad throughout development, but that would take a long time to get through all these streams, cut out the bits that are highlight worthy, and stick them all together. I recall Trainz assets having 2-truck or 3-truck in their titles, but I never really knew what it meant. But that's very interesting. They didn't reach such a high max speed because of the gear reduction, but because of that, the wheels had a lot of torque, so they had a lot of tractive effort. Yeah, and that's probably why they were built that way. Maybe if you added motion blur to the speed up footage, too nauseating to watch. No, I meant from the camera's point of view. Like if I'm turning around like this to grab a building, this one for example, then turning it back around like that, then it'll just be very quick. Just kidding. No, the next route you build just highlights on stream day, showing what you accomplished since last stream. Oh, I see what you mean. That could be nice. But I think that for a lot of people who watch these, at least in the beginning, well, it was probably to get kind of a more applied tutorial in a lot of ways. Like, oh, well, he's built this thing. I wonder how he's built that thing. And you can watch and see in real time how I'm doing certain things and learn from that, which is another reason why I wanted to do the live streams after my, well, partially during my tutorial series when that was still going. But yeah, I would definitely show what I've done off stream, and then depending on how much time there is, I'd probably do more. That's the archive of MVRR, Milton Valley Railroad. Before that, like I am doing with my roots. Well, yeah, the archive. You're right. That is, you're right. People can just go back and watch these ones. The thing is that I'm always getting better at this sort of stuff, because you're always improving. At least you should be, if you're doing any sort of thing consistently. Plus, it's also nice that if people are watching live, then they can also maybe get help that way. I'm just kind of walling this off back there, so that if you're back here and you kind of look in, it looks like it's finished there, even though I will of course add baseboards there to kind of cap this thing off, but for the moment. Now, I need to put a few buildings on here, so that if you look in this way, it will look like there is actual city here. Sure, I haven't used this building a lot. This one slice of the building. Might just put a few of these together so that the shape of the roof makes a little more sense. Okay. I don't like that you can look through there. I'll put these close together like that. And then I think that's good, but just in case, I'm going to add another building over here. A little bit of a taller one, perhaps. Maybe this one. Well, it's not much taller, but it's still a little bit taller. And this way, okay, that's fine as well. So if you're down here, you can see back there into the street. The gear reduction on the wheels is what assigned the shades as logging locos, as wood is pretty heavy. Yes, that's true. Wait, were they assigned as logging locos, or were they designed for that? Because I think I read somewhere that shays were originally designed and built for logging runs, especially because they could also travel across very, very bad track with a reasonable, quite a low derailment rate because of how they're built. So I think that, or correct me if I'm wrong. On Extrude, highlights and then show examples of how you do new ways of doing things during the stream. That's a good idea. Shadows, will you also put a cheers somewhere? Put a cheer somewhere, makes sense. Oh, I didn't know that. What do you mean put a cheers? I don't think cheers is an asset. Although, that reminds me, I did want, hold on, I'll search for XL, because I want, not Thunderbird XL5, but I want a station sign, a large one. Hold on. Station sign. This one? Maybe? I don't know. No, I don't want the large. I want a bit of... Let's see. This one, no, this one's got too much depth. This one maybe? Maybe, let's see. No, that's tiny, the text on there. No, I don't want that. This one maybe. Ooh, this one could be good. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Because I have actually remembered what I wanted to do. The Easter egg. Actually, is that the... I want to put the building on the temp block layer, just in case. That is, yes. Because with these ones, with these objects, the text is actually slightly in front of the thing. So... you can see I can actually just put the text on there like that. So yeah, it looks like it's just graffiti on the wall up there. No, I'll need to put it down a bit because graffiti artists wouldn't get that high up. But just sort of down there. Haha. Yeah, it's just graffiti. Actually, is it with PH or is it F? Graffiti. How do you spell it was F. Graffiti. There are graffiti splines. Hold on. So what I could do is just put a graffiti spline like that back there. It does mean that I'm going to have to probably move the object again, but that's okay. So if I have graffiti here, oh, especially since this is already blue, oh, that would fit really well. So if I can find a little bit of a more yellowish area to put it behind. Like that. Look here. See? You've got the graffiti, which is blue, and then the blue text over the top. Haha. You can also see that says Bad Wolf on the map there, because of course it's the named object. So now if you go here, you can find it there. Right. They were designed for heavy loads, steep grades, and poor, mostly temporary track. Yeah, which is pretty much logging, because temporary track is mostly used in logging, because you lay the track to an area, then you log the area, get all the wood away, clear the forest, then rip up the tracks, put the tracks somewhere else. So it makes sense that lends itself mostly to logging. Sure is. Thunderbird XL5? What? Yeah, didn't you realize that it was a Thunderbird? No, Fireball, of course. Logging and mining railways primarily. Quarries and plantations. Ah. Haha, nice, nice. Because from what I've seen on Trainz models, the bevel gear on the wheel are larger than the upper wheel. That's some tidy graffiti if I've ever seen it. But I haven't counted the teeth to check the gear ratio. Yeah, I can see why. Example of graffiti in a hard to reach place. Link doesn't work. Yeah, I know. Huh. Yeah, true. But that could be also those people could also be hired, because you kind of have to get ladders up there and or scaffolding. So if those are old cooling towers, then it could be that the cities hired them to make it look a bit nicer. Right, so for back here, let's just try and save again. Props of Vanadu, yeah. So if I just put random buildings back here. What does that look like from down here? Actually, that doesn't look too bad, because you're only really going to see the rooftops of them. So if I now place some of these other ones in there, of course, like this, it doesn't look great. But if you're just back here, even if you're zoomed in like this, which is already quite far away when you're driving, then you can't see them. You can only see a few chimneys. If you zoom further away like that, then it still holds up because you can't see the ground. Zoom further away like that, you can kind of see it. But if I paint the asphalt texture underneath as well, then it will look even more believable. Like even if you look at it like that, if I zoom in, then if you don't pay attention to it, you could think, oh, there are streets going back and forth. Yes, I know that the angles don't really make that much sense like that. However, if you just look at it from down there, it looks like alleyways going around. Maybe some taller buildings back there. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. But I think I want to have more taller buildings further back this way when we're going more downtown-y, where we're getting towards the terminus and stuff, because over here we've got the industrial buildings, which are most of them quite flat, and then I want to transition to this sort of height, and then I want another transition further along to a taller height. Says Kangafango with 4 happy eyes. I know, they're just indicators, but that's fine. So, or stair step the terrain a bit back there so they look a little taller. Oh, well, that's a good suggestion. Let's have a look at what that would look like. Yeah, you're right. That does look quite nice. Thank you. Haha. Good idea. I thought that as well. Yes. Oh, that's a good idea. Yes, I thought of that as well. Yes. So, haha. No, of course you don't mean it like that. But right, so what's the next step? The next step I want to do is... actually, no, I'm not going to put this road in because of the transition thing. Well... Okay. I guess the next step would be to work on this transition here, so that we can finish the scenery on this side of the yard, on this side of the tracks. That might be good. Okay, right. So we are going to need some roads that come off. So I'm going to have one that goes off in that direction. I'm going to have another one that goes off in that direction. Yes, 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 good. Looks so much better. Well, makes them more visible. Sure you did. Stealing my ideas! Okay, so. Right. That needs to be a bit, that needs to go there. Oh, also, there is progress on the Star Trek game that will be live streamed. Yeah, making progress. I've started making the OBS setup. So you've got the face cams, you've got not only got the face cams and the Twitch chat. However, I've also got the Roll20 chat up there, so that you can see, Roll20, by the way, is a virtual tabletop, so that you can see the rolls that people get and stuff like that, which is going to be very useful for the tension. So it's like, because it will tell you how many successes people get. So it's like, if in the story, it's like, because with that role-playing game, the GM usually declares how many successes someone needs. And then when people are rolling, a large part of that is watching the chat and then seeing, and then immediately seeing, oh that's one success. We need another one. Oh, the ship is assisting. Come on, ship. We need another success. And then it's like, oh yes, one success. There we go. So that the viewers can also be part of that. And then I've also got a slideshow element in the middle, where I'll put in Star Trek images. I'm not sure about which Star Trek images because of the license, to which I would have the license to use, which ones I wouldn't. So I'll still have to figure that one out, but it shouldn't be that difficult. But yeah, that's good. Plus, I've already gotten people on my Discord. If you're on my Discord, you will have noticed that some people who've joined have now gotten the Star Trek Adventures tag role. So there we go. Progress is being made. Okay. Right. Dun, dun, dun. But I did. The proof of it can't be physically shown as it's in my mind. Well, that's not to say that I've made it up. I didn't, but I did think of it too. I did. Och, I'm a giving her all she's got, Captain. Yeah, of course. Hey, Shardays, I've actually modelled quite a few Star Trek starships. Maybe I could render some of those for you to use. Maybe. But I do want... They do need to be textured. I mean, I've seen some of the ones you've posted, and the models look good. But they would need to be textured, and maybe also the resolution of the models increased slightly. Plus, it would be mostly TOS. It would be TOS stuff. So stuff like the old Miranda class before the refits and the original Constitution and Hermes, and of course also D7s and Bird of Praise, like Romulan Bird of Praise. So I don't know if you've got those, but if you do, then that your help would be much appreciated. For the slashes. Right, go to Daedalus. Maybe in the museum somewhere. Well, maybe. NX? I designed a Starship 2. Oh, you did? Do you have pictures? I'd love to see. NX? Oh, you just cannot see the model because it's permanently cloaked. Yeah. Well, actually, could you take a tachyon field photograph? Because according to TNG, tachyon fields render at least the cloaks of that time useless. So that's an option. Okay, I'll just slightly change the angles on these. Just so they more closely follow where I want the road to go. Dun, 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 dun. Come on, I'll zoom in a bit to make it a bit easier. This sort of stuff is finicky, as you can probably tell. Okay. And that is not to say that it is from the country of Finnick, but rather that it is difficult and a little bit, well, touchy. We have to be careful. Right. This needs to go from there to there. Straighten. And there as well. Oop, that should be straightened. Okay. Oh, yes, the Mauritius class, maybe. Another I've designed. I don't know, maybe. It's a newly designed tachyon-resistant cloaking device. Ah, okay. Well, couldn't you just put a lot of either fog or flour dust in the room that it's in? Because the dust, of course, will still be moved, because when the ship moves through the air, it creates currents. So in a dust cloud, whatever, you should still at least see where it is. Also, what about paint? If you just... Oh, don't you want to ruin the paint work that you painstakingly put on it? And that's why you don't want to just slosh around paint everywhere in the room that you think it's in. Right. With a mug-shaped subsection? Oh, that one. Maybe. I don't know yet. Alright, of course. And I'm supposing the cloaking device broke, so you're permanently unable to uncloak it. Country of Finnick, Shredders? Yeah, it was a joke. The only problem, the ship just sits there in orbit and cannot move because the cloak uses all the power. Oh, is there enough power for life support? Or do the escape pods work if the ship is... Do the escape pods work? Have the crew escaped? What about transporters? Do the transporters work? Does it have transporters? I mean, if it doesn't have power to move, the transporters probably wouldn't work either. I'm guessing. Right. Alright, maybe you could show us the ship's blueprints? The blueprints are classified. Of course they are. After all, if it's a Federation design, then you are breaking the Romulan treaty. I forget what it's called. Treaty of Algeron? No. Anyway, you're breaking the Romulan treaty because you're not allowed to design cloaking devices. Or at least you're not allowed to use them. Of course, should have known it. Is it of Federation origin? Life support and transporters are the only things that get power besides the cloak. Ah, I see. So essentially, it's now a cloaked orbital station, basically. Ah, section 31 design. Don't put that in chat. Are you trying to get the stream banned or something? Like section 31, they're not like. I'm not affiliated with that guy. He's talking about some stuff I don't even know about. I mean, actually, I don't know why I'm talking about this even, because there's nothing to talk about, right? Gotcha. That was the dumbest treaty/reason for the Federation not to have cloaks. Yeah, well, it was apparently made during the war, during Enterprise, if I remember correctly, like after Star Trek Enterprise, the Romulan War. Like with the creation of the neutral zone. But, yeah. I mean, I get it, that they want to be above board, so it's like, we don't even have cloaks, so there are no cloak chips here. You know there aren't any cloak chips near your border, because we don't use cloaks. And how do we know that? Well, you'll take our word for it. Okay, I want to go to today. I want to get more of the yellow ones. I want to put one of these yellow ones here. Hold on, there we go. There we are. Very interesting, very interesting. Oh, did I say that out loud? Hahaha. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Aurora, A-12 and A-35 fighter jets disappears in cloak. Well, it doesn't work like that. In Star Trek, the cloaking field is... It basically it makes the ship... It's not like a bubble around it. Like, you could walk up to the ship and touch the hull that you're looking through, and your hand would not be invisible. So, yeah, it doesn't really work like that. I mean, even in Star Trek 4, so The Voyage Home, you see the whale expert, I forget what her name is. Gillian? Something, I think Gillian. You see her looking for Kirk after the whales have been prematurely released, and she runs into the park, and she sees the imprint, and she runs against it, and then she bangs against it and saying, Kirk, Kirk, all that, and then she gets beamed up. Well, in more. A35. Are those of your design? That would have been like telling the Germans that they were the only ones that could have submarines in World War II, and the Allies could not use them. Well, true. It is somewhat true. Not that the Romulans, of course, are as bad as the Germans in World War II, but, well, we don't know. But, yeah, if there is a hostile force who has shown that they are primarily acting in kind of cloak and dagger, behind the scenes ways, infiltration, influence, that sort of thing, then saying that, okay, we're not going to use the advantage that you have, it does, I mean, yeah, it's a thing that exists because to make the plots more interesting. But actually I want a red one there. I've decided now. But since it's not detailed that well how the treaty came to be, it is... although, actually no, it can't have been in Enterprise, because there's this original series episode where they steal a cloaking device. Or maybe that's only to counter it. But they use it on the Enterprise to escape. Anyway, right. Yes, there are fighter jets. Alright. Oh, right, I see. Gracie. No, Gracie was one of the whales. Yes, and double dumbass on you, of course. Not you, specifically, but that's the quote. Yes, like one of the whales. They're supersonic fighter jets, to be precise. I see. Their unique shape and jump launch system makes them unique from any other NATO fighter jets. I don't know. I don't really much follow that sort of thing. Ah, I saw those too. That makes more sense. That year's episode would have been before the treaty. Yeah, true. But by that time, the neutral zone had already been in place. Because we see the neutral zone in TOS, and we see it in the... Actually, no, that was the Klingon. No, I'm sure that the neutral zone was in place already in TOS. The Romulan neutral zone. Was it? I think it was. The Klingon, no, but the Romulans was, I think. Huh. I'm not sure. Alright, imagine a TNG-ified version of the Daedalus class with the galaxy's warp nacelles and everything. Oh, so you mean... you mean the Olympic class then? Yes, a TNG-ified version of the Daedalus. Balance of Terror. I know the episode. I know what it's called, yes. Both neutral zones existed in TOS. Ah, so they did. So they did then. Interesting. I find that in Star Trek, there are generally two types of ship battles. There are the ones, like a lot of the ones you see in DS9, for example, where it's many ships, and it's kind of like ships just blowing up left, right, and center. And ships are seem very fragile. Like a couple of the phaser bursts from the Defiant, and you've got a Keldon that's going up in flames. And then you've got the kind of battles like in, for example, Balance of Terror or Wrath of Khan that show that the ships are much more can take much more of a beating, basically. So that they are... Because the Enterprise gets hit really quite badly. They said that they knew exactly where to hit us, and the shields were down, all that sort of stuff. Close range, perfect hit from the Miranda, the Reliant. And the ship still managed to limp away, and even after the Enterprise had attacked the Reliant in the Nebula, yes, one of the nacelles was blown off, yes, the torpedo pod was exploded, yes, the bridge was pretty much destroyed, but the ship itself was still in one piece, basically. So I think that it depends more on the feel of the episode. I prefer the more sturdy approach, where things... Because I think, for me, that creates more tension, more drama. So it's like where the characters have to be tactical and strategic in order to try to outthink their opponent, and not just having vastly superior firepower to just blow their way straight through everything. Plus, it's like it can create a position where you've then got an underdog like the Enterprise, and they have to be clever in order to level the playing field again, even though it's not really a playing field because people are dying, but the metaphorical playing field. Yes. Are those doors or windows? Those are windows. But that's a door. But that's not a truck door, that's just a door. Maybe for a forklift. China is not exactly. More like the galaxy I met. But in TG they never really said when the treaty took effect. True. It may have been after the Enterprise C's destruction, because if you remember, the Enterprise C, the Ambassador class, was of course destroyed defending a Klingon outpost, or I think it was a Klingon outpost, and against the Romulans. So it would make sense that after that conflict ended, well, it wouldn't really make sense for that treaty to be there. Like, you've just fought that enemy and you, like, it's a really bad thing and you do all these things and then it's like, okay, the fight's over. I mean, unless that's a bartering chip. Like, the Romulans said, okay, we'll end the war, but only on the condition that you never develop cloaking devices. Or you never use them. And the Federation must have been really bad off to then agree to that, but maybe they were. Maybe they were. Actually, that's quite a good texture here. I don't think I... Oh, right, that one. Of course, I have used this one. That's a nice little court area, I guess. I guess court. Poor Keldons. Well, probably more like Galor, but Galore, because Keldons are a bit stronger than that. Well, yeah. Other Cardassian classes, Galor, Hideki, and that's it. There were some freighters too. Yeah, I think that's everything we see in the shows. The amount of damage ships could take was very inconsistent. Yes. However, Star Trek Adventures, the role-playing game, does actually simulate both of these aspects. So there are special rules for NPC ships where you basically get a weaker ship than the actual normal stats of a starship. So if you've got like 5 or something Dominion bug ships or whatever, then you could use those so that if there's X amount of breaches dealt, like to the hull breaches, through the shield hull breaches, then the ship's the ship is disabled. It's basically out of the fight. You can choose whether it blows up or if it's just disabled or if it retreats or whatever. But a more easier fight to get those kind of scenes like you see in DS9 a lot. Or if you wanted to, you could use the complete ship stats, which means that the NPC ship won't be at a disadvantage to the player ship based on that. Well, except for the class, of course. So if the players are in a sovereign class and they're going up against a bird of prey, a Klingon bird of prey, Brel bird of prey, then of course the bird of prey is going to be hopelessly outclassed. Unless of course you're in a galaxy class and the flagship of the Federation, in which case pretty much just more or less a single torpedo hit is all that it takes to blow it up. But anyway. Some video games also include the huge non-canon, as far as I know, hooded class. Sure, they included, or are they mods? Well, I guess maybe they included. Sure, that's true, more tension. If starships are treated as though they were made of porcelain, the tension dies down, I think, in most cases at least. Yeah, but in DS9 they kind of... It's more numbers. In most cases, it's more a matter of numbers over individual ship's threat. Of course, notable exceptions are the USS Valiant, I think Valiant, the other Defiant class, and what the episode that was in. But for most cases, it's like you've got a fleet, and there's a fleet battle, and for that to feel tense, you do kind of have to have that, so that it really feels dangerous. Because if there is a fleet and that's fighting with another fleet, then if it takes ages for you to visually see damage, then it doesn't feel that like that tense of a scene. Whereas if it's more 1-on-1 or 2-on-2 or 1-on-2 or 2-on-1, then you kind of get those more drawn out battles. Like, for example, with Balance of Terror, or of course Star Trek II Wrath of Khan. It's just like, oh, that ship blew up, and that one, oh, and those two too. If they're treated as starships, it's like, oh no, they hit us. Yeah. If my ship is about to be destroyed, I will just threaten to use my carbamide device. Ha 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 ha. Yes, I get the reference. Yeah, just be sure to use the right encryption code. Courtyard? Well, area more. Star Trek Dominion Wars did include the hooded in its opening cutscene, as far as I know. Yes, but that was a mod. Or was it? Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Right, so what do I want here? Well, I'll have a little road going along the back here as well. Kangafango, do you remember the carbamide maneuver? Do you? The main cannon on my Death Star can one-shot any of your silly little starships. True. But how maneuverable is it? I'm looking it up right now. I'm guessing? Yeah, but do you remember what happened in the episode? I did forget about it. He says. Along with most of the other episodes, unfortunately. Well, I'm sure you can catch a rerun on television if you want. So yeah, no. Well, it's a good one. It is a good episode. Don't have a TV myself. Yeah, well, I'm sure you can also get DVDs. Unless you don't have a DVD. In which case you need to buy one. Yes, you probably never have. Okay, so this needs to have this break like that, then that break like this. Could probably find the episode to stream online somewhere. Probably, yeah. There are quite a few of those older episodes that you can find that have been uploaded somewhere. Alright, well, I do have the DVDs. Oh, well then you can just look at those. Might be a bit easier. So that should be fine, but thanks. You forgot my message, Shara is above XD, did I? Though you were gonna say, well, I'm sure you can get a TV. Oh, thought you were gonna say, hahaha, I'm sure you can get a TV. Did you ever watch any of the Star Trek Continues web series? Yes, I have. I have, actually. Hold on. I also think, I saw Star Trek, I think, what was it, New Voyages? Hold on. Oh, with them. Yeah, I did watch those. That is, yeah, those were so good. Like, even the actor they got to play Kirk, he did such a great William Shatner impression that, and I mean, I can't praise that show high, that series, Star Trek Continues, high enough, because the set design, the costumes, the acting, the camera shots, the music, the blocking work of it just all feels like the original series, to the point where you, at least I, kind of forget that it's actually just basically a fan continuation of it. I saw one of them. Not sure if it was that one. Oh, right. This. Yes, it's great. It is. Yes. It was cool the way they got some of the old guest stars, or the children of original actors. Yes, they got the actor who played Apollo as well, to play, of course, an old Apollo, and how that story continued. That was so nice to see as well. It oozes original series. Yes. Oh, did they? One of them, as in one of the web series. James Doohan's son was Scotty. Yes, that is true. A lot of people think that James Doohan was actually Scottish, purely because of his Scottish accent in Star Trek, but actually no, he wasn't. So, yeah, he did a good job of it. Oh, nice, I think I remember that now, yeah. I can hear the swallows and seagulls outside. It's an interesting combination of sounds. Okay, let's delete these ones. Let's put some up in there. Yeah, come on. Up in there. There. There and there. Oh, not. Oh, no, that was right. It was right, it just didn't display it for a moment there. James Doohan's son, right, already read that. Right. The episode where they stole the cloaking device. They got the daughter of the actress that played the Romulan commander to reprise her role in an episode. Oh, I did not know that. I did not know that. Huh. Yeah, I mean, you can tell that it was truly a passion project for them. When I saw the episode, at first I thought they got the original actress, but how did she not age 40 years? Yeah. They had her, they put her on the Botany Bay, or one of the Botany Bay's sister ships. Actually, no, that's already in a good position there. Don't even need to mess with that. However, I do need to have some more spline points in here. Ah. Botany Bay? Botany Bay? Yes. Also, Kangafango, Willis, 1961. Like, I think I missed the eugenics wars of the 90s because I just don't remember them. Or I don't even remember the fallout of them afterwards. Like, I can't recall them, and the thing is, I can't find anything online about them other than just on Memory Alpha about Star Trek. We need to get out of here. Why? What's the matter? Now! Yeah, exactly. They got a lot of old sci-fi series actors for canon also. For cameos also. Should I say Witch Wars? What? Eugenics Wars is in an alternate timeline from ours. Ah. So does that mean that all of the Star Trek timeline after that is also not in our timeline? I see. Now, I think I'm gonna keep my route 760 millimeters. Oh, why did you change your mind? Why did you change your mind? Oh, Aaron Gray, Buck Rogers, was Starfleet Admiral. Oh, I think I remember thinking that his face looked familiar, but I never saw Buck Rogers. Any particular reason? Just because I want to. Okay. Alright, that would explain why I had never heard of it until Charlize mentioned it just now. Her face. Her face? Her face. Right, of course. Yes, her. Yes, of course. I saw one Buck Rogers movie, but that's it. Had a lot of reds and greens in it. I don't know if there are any other 30-inch or 760mm electric locos. I'm gonna look for some Space Seed. Yes, Space Seed. It could be like, you know how in a lot of sci-fi there are when it's like they're trying to get information out of people through torture, then one thing that people mention is like, I'll lock you in the airlock or something like that. Do you think that originated with Space Seed, that idea? Because of course, what happens in that episode? Do you think that originates there? It could very easily be. I can hear them too. What? You can hear what too? Wait, no, I haven't seen Buck Rogers. Oh, I'm confusing things. I don't know what you mean. Right. I think I want some more of these buildings as well, some of the SAP factory buildings. I think one of these ones here would look quite nice. Jetson 1 Space Odyssey. Unlock the pod bay doors, hell. True. Actually, that you could use a bit more space there. There we go. Wouldn't that be one of the first times with the airlock threat? Maybe. But when was 2001 A Space Odyssey made? Or is it based on a book that already had that in it? If so, when was the book written? I saw the movie set in the 40s, 50s with the prominent colors being red and green, car chases and games of poker and all that. Set in the UK, possibly Chicago? I saw that movie. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Book came first. Ah, yeah, but when was the book written, do you know? US, not UK. XD. Like, okay, what sci-fi film are you referring to? I saw the movie set in the 40s, 50s. Car chases, games of poker and all that. Like, I don't know what you mean, Kango. Movie 68, book 51. Ah, so it would be older then. If the book also has that scene in it. A piece of the action? Oh. Ah, you mean the episode. Hahaha. That was a fun one. Yeah, it's not that realistic, but still, that was a fun episode. Kirk trying to drive a car. That was fun. I don't want this one here. TS episode. Yeah, I know. I'm too late. By the way, back. Okay, yes, hello. Welcome. You're still the very same nice pink. Welcome back. Hi. Is that what Kango is talking about? Well, he said he saw a movie set in the 40s, 50s, not a Star Trek episode. I thought that movie was called Buck Rogers, but it wasn't. Nope, no Star Trek or sci-fi. I think it was a gangster plot story. Well, a piece of the action was a gangster plot story. They basically beamed onto another Earth-like world that just so happens to look pretty much exactly like Earth, and as it turns out, they beamed into a world that saw gangster culture as gospel. So, although that episode had some very satisfying moments in it, when Kirk and Co. did get their tech back, their phasers and their stuff. So that had a satisfying ending, I find. I think it was made after a comic book series. Not sure. Buck Rogers was a 70s TV series based on the 1930s movie serials. Yeah, I know that. There's another. Kangafango, are you referring to Flash Gordon? Is that what you're talking about? Flash Gordon? I see, yeah, that wasn't what I meant. That's my mistake. Flash Gordon? One sec. Are you quickly looking it up on IMDb? I think you are. Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon were similar 1930s movie serials. Yes, true. Nope, not IMDb. It wasn't Flash Gordon. It wasn't even sci-fi. Then how did we come onto this idea? Like, did we... Totally different movie. Like, why are we even talking? Like, how did we get onto this? I thought we were talking about a sci-fi movie. I'll elaborate. Please do. Please do. Okay. I need some sort of wall separating those gas tanks. No. There shouldn't be that many assets titled wall. Oh, wait. No, I want something... Hold on. Maybe a concrete wall. Yes, something like this. Or even like that. No, the other one, this one. Although it might be nice to use this old asset, because this is an ancient asset. It might be nice to use it back here somewhere, where you can't really see it, but just enough to identify it. There we go, like that. Lone Ranger, Kisco Kid, Zorro, the Phantom, Superman. With Willie's Aaron Gray, Buck Rogers, was Starfleet Admiral. Message, the Buck Rogers seemed familiar, and for some reason my mind had linked that name with that movie. What do you mean, my mind had linked that movie with the name of the movie? What do you mean by that? But now I've realized that it wasn't that one. None of those, unfortunately. I think it also had a bridge jump in it. Had XD. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I hear the swallows again. How nice. A bridge jump? Are you talking about What's Up, Doc? Are you talking about What's Up, Doc? That had the jump at the end. Like nearly all of the scenes of it had either red or green in them. Car chases, that and that. Like red and green? Nah, set in the 40s. Do you mean one of those old black and white films where they colored the scenes based on mood? So nighttime scenes might have been blue and daytime scenes might have been red or yellow. Dick Tracy? Yes! Thanks for that. Oh, Dick Tracy! Ah! Hold on, one moment. Ah, yes. I remember that. You're right. Yeah, with the colors being very, very colorful. I've only seen that movie once. That was fun. That was a fun movie. Also, Willis 1961. Have you heard of a little series called Dick's Panna? It is quite the thing. It's got a lot of comedy in it, and it is quite unique, I found. Dick's Panna. I would suggest you give it a watch if you can. Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. Don't think so. It's by Jerry Anderson. You can probably find some excerpts on it on YouTube. Yeah, yes, Dick's Panna. Dick's Panna. Examples of it is a stop motion animation. Dick Spanner, the stop motion animation one. Yeah, those guys. Yeah, I remember them. Yes, a lot of comedy in it. Hold on. One moment. There we go. I think that's it all cut together. Dick Spanner. Example here. Yes, intro to it. Dick what? Each episode was really short. 2 minutes. PI. There we go, yes. Spanner or Tracy, if you mean the one we were talking about before. Yes. True. True. Right. I want to... okay, I'm going to make some cutaways in the road here for entry points. You mean lower male genital tool used to tighten, loosen hexagonal bolts? Ah, well, depending how you see it. Dick Spanner, private investigator. It was raining cats and dogs. 22 6-minute episodes. 22 6-minute episodes. Weather rains cats and dogs. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, I think I'll just keep this one joined. Alright, yeah, that. That theme tune is such an earworm. If that is an English expression as well. I think that is. If you hear that enough times, then you'll be singing it in your sleep. Right. Earworm! No, not like the creatures from SETI Alpha 5. Yes! No, earworms are evil! Oh. Just like the ones in Wrath of Khan. No, I said they're not like the ones from SETI Alpha 5. Or more hypothetical. You did not expect to find me. Why are you here? He tasks me, and I shall have him. If you get the reference. And more musical. Actually, they are. They crawled inside the ear canal and began yapping at you. That's why you can't get the tune out of your mind. It makes sense. It's meant literally. You can't get it out of your mind literally. Oh, that makes so much sense. I get the reference. XD, that'd be a good parody. Do you think those earworms should make an appearance in the My Star Trek role-playing game as well? Do you think they should? Or do you think that they shouldn't? Oops, I pressed the wrong button there. I meant this button. Well, yeah. And they gain mind control over the person because they will do anything to make the tune stop. Indeed. Very much indeed. Okay. There we are. I'd be fine if you left them on SETI Alpha 5. Okay, well, what if I bring the players to SETI Alpha 5 in that case? Like, if you were playing in that game, then if I said, oh, there's a distress call, some sort of a ship crashed on SETI Alpha 5, and you have to go investigate. Like, would you want to do that? Or would you rather say, like, what's that? No, we can't get through. Tell Starfleet Command we're having trouble with the warp core. Yes, they'll believe that. XD. Sorry. No, XD. A route far from the traditional spice roads. What do you mean? I don't get what you mean, unfortunately. Could you please elaborate? Come on, there we are. Oh, why am I using the bollards? Oh, because I've got concrete selected. That makes sense. Ha! I was wondering, like, what? Well, this doesn't look right. And none of you noticed. Yes, you can have command of my starship. Just make the damn worm shut up. That's basically how they work, yes. It got to the point where the captain of the Grissom, where he preferred to kill himself so that he wouldn't have to be subjected to that anymore. XD. Well, actually, I would go down there. Only I would remember to equip the entire landing party with every durable, very, very durable earmuffs. Those parts, XD. Yeah, the thing is that in Wrath of Khan, Chekhov and the captain of the Grissom, I forget his name, they beam down, they find those containers, they go in, they realize, Botany Bay? Botany Bay? Oh no! Yeah? And at that point, Chekhov says, we have to leave now, we need to get out of here. And then they put on their, then the captain is like, what, Chekhov, what's going on? Like, what's wrong? No, we've got to check this out. And then they put on the helmets and they go out. Why not just Botany Bay? Botany Bay? Away team to it's not the Grissom. It's the, of course. No, not the Grissom. No, Grissom is Star Trek 3. I meant the Reliant, of course. So it's like, Botany Bay? Botany Bay? Away team to Reliant. Beam us up now. Yeah? And then they beam away. And the thing is that there was no reason given for them to need to go to a specific location to beam away. They didn't say anything about interference fields and, oh, we can only beam you in at this specific location. It's just like they decided to run outside rather than saying, beam us up, emergency transport. Well, emergency transport. Chekhov yells, run away. Yeah. Before that, I came in halfway through the discussion, so I inserted as best I could what I thought was going on. Oh, I see. A route far from the traditional spice roads. I see. It makes sense now. Right. How does that look? It needs more details. It needs more different terrain textures. Yeah, I didn't notice because I was too busy typing. Alright. It can be related to history or Dune at best, so I figured those were good odds. Yeah, I mean, I did kind of figure it out because, well, it did kind of connect with it because SETI Alpha 5 is not near many trade routes, so otherwise someone would have checked up on Khan and to see how he was doing. Also, Will is 1961, as well as anybody else who's familiar with the story. Why do you think SETI Alpha 6 exploded? And why do you think that the Federation didn't know that it exploded? Because the plot of Wrath of Khan is that they accidentally find him on SETI Alpha 5 because they thought it was SETI Alpha 6, but SETI Alpha 6 had exploded. which is what Khan says, which is what knocked Ceti Alpha 5 closer to the sun, the orbit. But, with modern telescopes that we have here on Earth now, well, I suppose the years the light would travel, but in Star Trek they have, well, they've got subspace sensors. They can measure gravitational waves for a long, long time. They can detect, anyway, why wouldn't Starfleet know, the Federation know that happened? Anyway. Also, usually, when you count planets, you count from the star. So the Earth is, for example, the third planet from the star, third out. So that way of counting, you'd still count to 5, wouldn't you? Anyway, Chekhov yelled, alright, in 2285, this science vessel was under the command of Captain J.T. Estban. Grissom. Oh, was that the Miranda called? Was that the Reliant? I meant the Reliant, the captain of the Reliant, not the Grissom, because the Grissom is Star Trek 3. And then they had him cornered. Sandstorm and all. The Kessel Run. Yeah, the Kessel Run, done in a unit of distance, not in a unit of time. Also, I have a theory about how in Star Wars they accidentally use a measurement of time, whereas they wanted to use of distance, whereas they wanted to use a measurement of time. They say that it was completed in X amount of parsecs, and my guess is that either the writers or whoever checked the script was looking for a measurement of time, so they looked up, they knew the word parsecs. They're like, okay, well, what is parsec? They said, oh, parsec, one parsec is this many light years. So they thought light years, so it is a unit of time, so parsec is a unit of time, not knowing that light year is actually a measurement of distance. The Day I Went to Visit Khan sounds like a title for one of the novels they put out. Yeah. True. If you like your ears and your brain to be intact, then I do not suggest you visit Ceti Alpha 5. Okay, that looks better already, especially when stuff is between the tracks and back here. I suppose I can put some detail work back here. Things like, actually, these need stop signs. Hold on. XD, Kirk did it because he was jealous that Khan would get more women than he did throughout the rest of the series. Well, but even though Kirk has that reputation, if you look in the actual episodes, then the relationships he has is either a serious, meaningful relationship. We do run into quite a few exes of his, but those relationships were serious relationships, and they just ended up breaking up for some reason. But they were serious relationships. The other times we see Kirk kind of overly flirtatious is when he's trying to do it for strategic reasons. So either, I forget what the episode's called, the one with the crazy guy who wants to steal the Enterprise to rain destruction out of everyone, down onto everyone, where the Orion woman, where he locks her out of the thing into the toxic atmosphere and stuff. Yeah? Anyway, old friend, we meet again. Yikes! Jealousy, a hard-rooted instinct. It was explained in Solo. Was it? What is the explanation then? Because I don't know what you mean by Solo. Is that like one of the movies or extra pieces of media that are no longer canon? Because I know there's a lot of that stuff that was canon with Star Wars, but then when Disney bought it, they decanonized it. Oh, Kathy Bates would play the role of the visitor if... Oh, sorry, if it was a movie. Also, anyone up for VZ? Well, the time's up now, so 'tis an option if anyone wants... If anyone want STO. No, I mean, it would be nice to, in STO, just to have the starship and be able to fly around with it. But STO is so combat-focused. Yes, I know there are missions that don't have combat in them, but so combat-focused that I just wouldn't enjoy it. I wouldn't enjoy playing it. Also, you couldn't complete the tutorial without, well, without fighting the Borg and the Klingons and... I'm not... Actually, is it the Borg? Or is it just the Klingons now? It used to be the Borg and then the Klingons, I think. Or was it just the Borg? But yeah, anyway. Yeah, so because I did have it installed like many years ago, because I asked in the forum thread if there were missions where you can just, like peaceful missions. And they said, yeah, there are some. But then I installed it and it turned out you have to complete the tutorial. And to do that, you of course have to do the combat stuff as well, which I just didn't find fun. So I don't want STO, even though I know that 'tis an option. Oh, wants to... Oh, of course. I totally didn't know you were referring to that all along. What do I want to put in there? Oh, a few cars. I'll just have a few cars in there as well. I just want to finish that little scene and then I'll take a thumbnail and then we'll be out of here. Basically. I don't know how much you will be able to see this back here either because because of what I might have in this green bit here. I bet Kirk knows his way around a delicious buffet of fine foods too. Probably. STO! I knew you were gonna pick up on that typo. Hahaha. Kessel, the planet, was surrounded by black holes, asteroids, hard to navigate obstacles in space. The normal, safest route was X number of parsecs long. Han decided to cut through the dangerous areas through thought to be unnavigable to cut 12 parsecs off the route. Ah, well that would explain it. Where is this information from? We've run out of time for today, folks. Yeah, you're right. I just want to put something in this big area in here. Maybe a... I don't know. I don't want it to be a warehouse. Maybe just... Although steel beams wouldn't really fit as well. Maybe I've got something over here. Well, I'll try some pipes. Right, Shardise, I think that particular tutorial mission only pops up when you choose the Federation as your starting faction. Romulan doesn't have that mission as far as I know. Yes, however, I would assume that each faction's tutorial would have combat in it, since that is the main focus of the game. So it would be a pretty bad tutorial if it omitted that. So I don't think that there would be a difference. If it's the Romulans, then I don't know. It might be the Remans, like Reman Rebellion, or it might be, I don't know. It might be stuff like that. It might, but I can guarantee you that it would be in there. I don't know. This seems like a bit of an awkward place to have them. Maybe if I put a couple more boxes around as well. Hold on. Or barrels. Well, no, I think I'll prefer boxes. I know, shock. Horror. Shock horror, yes. I think they're called factions. Yeah, they are. Solo, a Star Wars story. Ah, but is that considered canon? It does explain it, but I mean, well, yeah, I mean that is credible. It's just I'm interested if it is or not. Alright, was it televised or is it just a story? This always happens. I sit down to watch and then have to do stuff and get back at the end. Well, yeah, I mean, for me, it's now a few minutes past 10 p.m. and I've still got other stuff to do and it's gonna get quite late anyways, so yeah, unfortunate. One of the spin-off movies. Oh, I see. Right, I see. Never seen those. Only the first 6 movies myself. Trainz and Kerbal have been my favorites so far. Aw, that's nice. Each faction has its own personalized tutorial. Sure, that is true, but as far as I've seen, the Romulans faction tutorial is set on Romulus. Really? Considering Romulus is a burning wreck. It's been obliterated by the supernova, by the Hobus supernova. Which, spoilers for STO, was caused by the Iconians because Sela went back in time, and Sela was why one of the Iconians died. Hence, the other one wanted revenge on her species for some reason, and that's why they caused the Hobus supernova, which then destroyed that. Which is the plot. The destruction of it is the cause of the plot of the 2009 movie, which is where we know that from. So it would be surprising if it was set on Romulus. Luckily there is YouTube for later. Well, luckily. Yeah, I enjoy those two. Game dev was also nice when he still did it, but I like all of them really. As far as I know, all movies, even spin-off ones, are canon. Ah, well that's good then. Oh, yes, that was fun. I caught the last 3, I think. The spooker in the cabin. Hahaha. That was fun. Yeah, I definitely know that you've joined in on the last one. Rogue One was other spin-off movie. Sure, it's not Romulus then. I knew it was set on a planet with a lot of other Romulans on there. I guess maybe a colony. Hold on, I'll... One moment. Let me just force quit it, because... let's just see in what sort of a state it is. Like when I... No, not this one. This one. I'll just quickly reload it so I can see what... It probably saved anyway. This one. It has a real kick-ass Darth Vader scene at the end. Oh, I haven't watched them. I am intrigued. I am intrigued by the other movies as well, but I've never watched them. I was just guessing on the Romulus part. Yeah, props a colony. Thumbnail, crates, camera, action. Ha 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 ha. Yes, indeed, very funny. I know. I didn't mean to quit out of it. I just saved and it just froze in saving again, which it sometimes does. Not as often as it used to, but it does still. Yeah, see, it saved everything. Even though I reverted the save, just to be sure, nothing was lost. It did save before it froze. It just didn't basically just didn't go back into the scene, basically. Rogue One takes place in the days, weeks just before the original movie, episode 4. Interesting. It is interesting. At some point I will check those out, but not yet. Not yet. I don't know what would be a good thumbnail. Maybe if I change the time of day. Maybe like that. Ah, look, the lights are coming on in the JR buildings over there. I think that might be a good thumbnail. This is shaping up to be a nice city. Yeah, it is. And I did actually now almost completely connect the more industrial side over there with all the warehouses and stuff. So this part over to the more residential themed area over here. So once I've kind of finished this bit in between there, connecting them, then I'll probably work on this area and finding a way of connecting this industrial area with the very kind of suburban area back here. Which, now that I'm looking at it, I don't know that I will keep these roads. Because, I mean, yes, I could of course do a transition quite easily. For example, just having a building blocking it and then having the transition there. Or maybe a row of buildings so you don't see the road, you only see the backs of buildings. And that would be quite easily done. And you don't really get that close to that road either. So, I don't know, maybe I'll leave it. Because I do like the way it looks here. Anyway. So. Agreed, definitely, looks good. Thank you. It's nice to have praise for something that you put this much time into. Or appreciation is a better word. Ooh, that's nice, with the lights. Oh yeah, you did correct it. How did I miss that? I guess I was too busy typing. I guess, alright, I should have paid more attention. That is a newly built housing area with newly paved roads. True, that is true. However, they don't have the correct markings on them in that case. Because it's got white in the center, which this other road also has. It's all white, which I've used pretty much everywhere on the route. So, unless I'm probably just not gonna bother. I wonder which one's the poisoned one. Anyway, yes, that'd be good to leave then. Okay. Also, remember, I want to put this in as a modern art installation somewhere in the city bit. Also, the Greyhound bus station with the scaffolding I need to find a place for, which will be fun to do once I connect these two areas up. And after I've done that, then I'll work on this area. And this is the area where I want to put in more industries as well. So I might, for example, have maybe a paper mill or something here with wood chips that is connected perhaps even up to here. Maybe I'll have a little junction coming off this way that goes over here to some of the industries over here, and that'll be a lot of fun to do as well. I do really like how this is turning out. It won't take as much time to do the scenery as we get further along here, where it's basically only the main line going ahead, because then I'll just place some baseboards, make the main line go on for a bit, then we do a little bit of just basically two rows of houses that way, and the rest is going to be filled in like that, basically. So that'll go actually quite quickly, I'm thinking. That's a different word. What is the word for it? Promising? No. Foretelling? Anyway, you know what I mean. Anyway. I just saw you place buildings. Build the courtyard, place the bollards, then, and, huh? The two districts are now connected? Haha. Poisoned one. Grand coach station, yeah. Paper mill, that'd be good. Debating? Alright, no. I meant, like, more as in foreseeing. That's what I'm foreseeing. And yeah, the only thing it's not quite connected, because there is this little bit here where I need to still place something. And of course also back here, this little area that I need to place buildings. And then just random rooftops along here back there. But yeah, so that's how it's turning out, and I like it. Anyway, so that's it. Kangafango streams on Sundays. Last Sunday, so yesterday, he streamed more on his OMSI map. The only thing is, I wish he'd do more work on it off stream so that the development on it is a bit faster. But oh, anyway, do you want to see a sneak preview? I've already started setting up the Star Trek Adventures thing. You will probably not be able to hear me. Actually, you might be able to. Hold on. Can you still hear me? Yes, you can. There we go. The chat on the right and stuff. You will have the face cams on the left. Don't mind those pictures. They're placeholders. They'll be replaced with actual stuff that, yeah. So that's going to be really interesting. So anyway, right. Gotcha. Very, very good work. See ya. Bye, Vitra. Trainz. Oh, yes, we can. Oh, yes. Also, if you play Trainz, I would suggest you have a look on the DLS for Central Europe, as well as Cornish Railways, which is made by Marky, who was in chat. Not sure if he still is in chat, but it was made by him. It's a great route. This stream will be archived on YouTube. Trainz, looking forward to your next 2 streams. Oh, me too. Me too. And that'll be that. So also, one more thing. Next stream may be the last Transport Fever 2 stream, depending on how much progress we make on the timeline. But there is the distinct possibility that it will be the last Transport Fever 2 stream, at least for the time being. So there you go. Yes, yes, thanks for joining us. Ha! Great timing there. That was great timing. I have to give it to you. There we are. Get out of here, XD. Yeah. Well, next 3 really. But okay, that's it. Good night and bye, everybody. Yeah. Yes. Bye, Mr. Snipes. Bye, Kangavango. Bye, Willis1961. Everybody else who's there. Chris, if you're still here. Marky. Swadar, if you're watching, which I doubt you are. But if you are. Anyway. Bye. Yes. Bye. Bye. Good night.